The D-Clan is God's natural enemy. Oda. 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 Holy hell. Do you not understand what that entire line means? That line. Oh my god. Okay, let's just take a backpedal real quick and talk about this line. As we found out last chapter, and how we've known for quite a while now, the Celestial Dragons have thought they were on a higher pedestal than all humanity. They thought they were higher beings, and last chapter, we saw a glimpse of how they thought they were fucking gods. Well, God's natural enemy, D-Clan, God's natural enemy. Celestial Dragons could be represented as God in that sentence, and D-Clan can be represented as the will of D. Now, let's take a quick backpedal, okay, even further. What is the fruits called? Devil fruits. What is the same letter of devil fruit in D? D. Now, what is God's natural enemy? Usually, the devil. Devil fruit, will of D. Devil. Really? Holy shit. Okay, so are we getting a glimpse at what exactly the will of D is, or what the actual D stands for? Devil? Is that really what it is? Or is there something else there? Because with this, it has pretty much showed that the D-Clan is God's natural enemy. Celestial Dragons. Devil fruit abilities came out of nowhere. Think about it. Think about it. I mean, it makes a lot of fucking sense if you think about it. We still don't know exactly where they come from, but I mean, now we kind of do, and they're just a clan that comes around all parts of the world, and it's called the D-Clan. So we're getting some information. Oda's finally starting to give us information on the will of D, which has me so hyped the fuck up. Oh my god, I'm so hyped up for that. I am very, very hyped up about this information, because the overall D concept has been just thrown out in the wind for a long time. It's just been out flowing in the oceans of One Piece for a very long time, many years now, and to finally get some form of information coming up on that makes me excited. Oh, I'm so excited for this information. Really looking forward to next week. I am really looking forward to next week's chapter. Now, with this chapter, it is confirmed, it is absolutely confirmed that Virgo is a courtesan. It's completely confirmed that Virgo was once one. So, with that entire theory, I saw a bunch of Chibis and everybody bringing up in the comments a long time ago, that is confirmed now. So that is some very interesting news. And the other big piece of information that was brought up in this chapter that was a complete mouth and eye-opener was the bit with Sengoku talking with Kurozu. That right there, I'm like, what the hell? I was like, okay. So you have it where Sengoku was talking with Dolphy's brother, Kurozu. And Kurozu, the reason why he hates kids is because he didn't want these kids getting around Dolphy at all. And with this overall chapter, there's another interesting piece of information we get. Usually, the God's natural enemy would want to destroy the world. D-Clan. But no, the D-Clan are more than that. They don't really want to destroy the world, as we've seen through cases of Luffy. Now, with this information, Dolphy actually wants to destroy the world. And that is the entire reason why Kurozu is trying to keep the D's away from Dolphy. That is the exact reason why Kurozu is, because Dolphy is very messed up. He's been messed up since the very beginning. Like, I was actually kind of taking pity on Dolphy last chapter. I was actually saying, damn, that's a fucked up past. I mean, what he had to go through, what he had to deal with, and stuff like that. But with this chapter, it shows that Dolphy was always messed up like that, where he thought he was a higher being and wanted to kill people. Like, he said he would kill them all, and he said he wouldn't die in this chapter when he was pinned up against the wall. Like, you had all these other people that are Celestial Dragons. The father of Dolphy, the mother of Dolphy, and then you also had, Dolphy's brother, Kurozu, and they were all screaming and they were begging to not die. Well, you had it to where Dolphy was just like, I won't die here, I will kill you all. And I'm like, holy hell. So it just shows you that Dolphy has something else that's happened. What caused his overall personality to be like that? That is the big question. A child does not think that just that easy. A child does not. So what has happened to Dolphy to think that way? What has happened in his past for him to believe something like that? That is my big question. That is the big question that's brought. There's still more mystery behind Doffy, because there is no way you're gonna tell me a child is born like that without some form of adult telling them to be like that. And so I am questioning who put those type of memories or thoughts or whatever to act like that into Doffy. Now, one thing I will say, the overall bond between Cortisone and Law in this chapter, I'm enjoying a lot. It sucks really bad that Cortisone dies. We know he officially dies. It sucks because seeing the connection between Law and him, he had the entire factor where Cortisone was kind of like a father figure in this chapter. I mean, he was taking Law around for 6 months to find a hospital and a doctor for Law could get healed, and it's very sad. It's a very sad chapter when you see that, because they're going after one doctor after another, other hospital to another island, stuff like this, for a total and span of 6 months. And it's just sad because you see Law slowly breaking down, because every time he goes to a hospital, he looks worse. The overall disease he has is getting worse. And the thing is everybody thinks he's contagious, he's a disease. They're trying to call the world government to kill him off, stuff like that. And it's sad to see how Law is being treated like this. He's being treated like a monster. And the thing is, Cortisone actually realizes the similarities between Law and himself. For instance, as you know, Cortisone and Doffy and everybody were running through the garbage dumps and eating fucking trash. Technically, Cortisone has a connection and a bond with Law because they can actually consider to have the same past, since Law is now treated as a monster, like he's a different being or creature, and he's running around. That's exactly what Cortisone and Doffy did. So to see this aspect is very sad. It's very sad, and the bond between them, I now see why Cortisone's death really affected Law, because Cortisone is doing everything in his power to try to save him. Now, with the end of this chapter, though, there's something very interesting that happens. You have it to where Doffy calls Cortisone and says, hey, I got something, and just, you know, the chapter ends. I'm going to take a quick bet, or a theory. I'm going to say that Doffy has the Opi no Mi, you know, the operation fruit that could cause people immortal. Well, I think Doffy actually has that, and that's why he called Cortisone at the end of this chapter. The thing is, I want to bring up that was actually a big shocker, and as we all, majority of us theorized, was that Cortisone had the Opi no Mi. We all thought he did, to save Law, but no. He has the Nagi no Mi? I'm like, what? So, that was a very shocking turn of events to find out that Cortisone did not have that devil fruit power. So where does this devil fruit power come into the mix? That's something also that needs to be explained. So this flashback could be another like 3 or 4 chapters if we think about it. So I'm happy. I'm really happy to see this backstory because we're finding out about the Will of D. We're finding out about, you know, the gods' freaking common natural enemy. We're finding out more about Doffy, Cortisone, Virgo, Sengoku in his past. Holy hell. Just stuff like that. It's really interesting seeing this information laid out before us, and I like how Oda is really doing this. It looks really fucking nice the way I see this overall plot going into the actual story. I'm curious what is going to happen next. I really am. I'm curious exactly how the Opi no Mi got into Doffy's hands and Law's hands, and hopefully we'll find that out next chapter. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below, how you felt about this chapter. I love y'all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.